the 12th classes. Discussing topic is environmental issue. In the environmental issue, the last class discussing topic is rainwater harvesting, then environment impact assessments. That's discussing. Today, which topic to go and discuss about in environmental issues commonly called as biomonitoring. What is a bio? Bio means biological. Biological component, it must be observed. It gives some data. Based on the data, you should analyze. That is biomonitoring. So biomonitoring is an act as observing and assessing the current state. And ongoing changes in ecosystems, biodiversity component, and the landscapes. The landscape is include natural habitats, population and species. In biomonitoring, which of the object is generally used is commonly called as agricultural draw. Agricultural draw is commonly called as unmanned aerial vehicles. That unmanned aerial vehicles of agricultural drone, if it is used as an agriculture purpose, means you should be study about or you should be enhance crop productions. In addition, using agricultural drone, you should be measure or you should be analyze or you should be manage plant growth. In addition, so agriculture done, if it is utilized means through the agriculture drone, the farmer, you have to be seen the whole crops from the sky. So from the sky, you should be observe what are the plants are there, you should be easily observed. In addition, by the means of bird eye view, by means of bird eye view, you should be observe all kinds of plants. After observation, you will be revealed. Many climbs. So what are the things you should be observed through bird eye view? You will be revealed about like this. Irrigation problem. Then soil problem. Then insects and fungal infestation. So using agriculture drone, you are usually spread some insecticide, pesticide and fertilizer in the field. In addition, agricultural drone is not a costlier one. It is a low cost manner. Using that low cost manner, you can easily spread chemical and fertilizer. If you have to be using as agriculture drone, it is not harmless product. If it is not, any kinds of chemicals are not distributed. If it is not, any pathogens are not produced. It is generally harmless in the human beings. Can I go to the next one? Is commonly called as biodiversity impact assessment. Biodiversity impact assessment, that we call BIA. Biodiversity impact assessment, it is a tools helps in biodiversity developments, planning, and implementations. What is the aims of biodiversity impact assessment? The biodiversity impact assessment is ensuring developmental proposals which is integrate biodiversity implementation. Or biodiversity consideration. Next one can be discussed about biodiversity impact can be assessed by how the biodiversity impact can be assessed. The first one, changes the land. And land cover. So you should be changes the land and as well as land cover. Second thing, you have to make fragmentation of land. and isolation of land. So what? Fragmentation and isolations. Third one, extraction of the land is called extractions. Fourth one, external input. Such as emissions, effluents, and chemicals. Fifth one, introductions of invasive are aligned and genetically modified plants. The last one, impact on endemic and threatened flora and fauna. Those five are commonly called as biodiversity. Impact can be assessed: changing the land and land cover, fragmentation and isolation, extraction, external inputs such as emission, effluent, and chemicals, introductions of invasive or alien and genetically modified plants. The last one, impact on endemic and threatened flora and fauna. Can I go to the next one, commonly called as geographic information system. So commonly called as GIS. The geographic information system is commonly called as computer systems. For capturing, storing, checking, and displaying the data present or current Earth surface. So what are that images or what the changes are occur in the current level of Earth surface that the things should be capturing. After capturing, it can be storing. After storing, you have to check it's correct or not. After the checking, what things it is present that you have to be displayed that data. That is commonly called as geographic information system. That geographic information system is also helping manipulate, analyze, and managing current geographical data. Since the geographic information system is also include GPS. As a call global positioning system. The abbreviations of GPS, global positioning system. Global positioning system is also known as satellite navigation system. Global positioning system is also known as what? Satellite navigation system. That satellite navigation system is determined the ground positions of an object. So that ground on earth, any object is there, that object, what condition it must be exist, that a study is commonly called as global positioning system. How it can be studied? By using satellite navigation system that's help to determine the ground positions on an object. The satellite navigation system or global position system is also called constellation. What is the meaning of constellation? That's a commonly called as group of stars formed as orbit or orbitals. So the constellation, it must be possess approximately 30 well-spaced satellites on the earth. The 30 well-spaced satellite on the earth, which is receive pinpoint of information from geographical area. So nowadays, some of the application which include along with the GPS, which is include utilizing various aspects like this: mining, aviation, surveying, then agriculture, and last one, marine ecosystem. So nowadays, even today or currently, many of that application using GPS, it is included to find about mining, aviation, surveying, agriculture, and marine and ecosystem. Okay, now, what is that importance of GS? First one, what importance commonly called as? environmental impact assessment. This is the first geographic information system. What is the name? Environmental impact system. Second thing, you find out disaster management. So whatever happen, any disaster, with the help of that geographic information system, you have to be clearly labeled. That's called disaster management. Third one, zones of landslide hazards. So wherever it can be happen, hills landslide or building landscape, if it is occurring, how it's happen, where it's happen, how you have to be observing with help of geographic information system, you should be analyzed. Fourth one, determination of land cover and land use. Fifth one, analyze flood management or flood damage. Some place happened regarding heavy flood. Where can it take place? How much people should be going to die? Where is occur? How to determine with the help of GIS. Sixth one, environmental management. Seventh one, soil mapping. Eighth one, wetland mapping. Ninth one, study of agriculture and identifications of volcanic hazards. Tenth one, mapping threatened and endemic species. The next one I am going to discuss about the topic is remote sensing. It is a current events. Nowadays it can be followed to detect a small object wherever it must be present. With the help of that apparatus, you are clearly observe, find out that kinds of options. So remote sensing is commonly called as is a detecting and monitoring physical characteristic features from targeted area. So detecting and monitoring physical characteristic features from the targeted area. How it can be determined? It can using that apparatus by measuring its reflected and emitted radiation at a distance from the targeted space. So some of the object, it must be located far away from the location means using that apparatus from that object it must be get some radiation and some reflected components. From that you are clearly identify the kinds of objects. Remote sensing, it is as a tools that is used conservation practices which makes or which gives exact pictures. Even a single tree or a group of vegetations or wildlife management or you have to study about soil studies. So using remote sensing, you have to be identify richness of biodiversity or not. That means identifications of richness or not about biodiversity species. For fugitive works or in future plan, what is the aim of remote sensing is commonly called as conservation and maintenance of some of the important species. Such as commercial species, medicinal plants, and the threatened plants. So for using several kinds of sunlight, nowadays you have to find out so many kinds of objects from the reflected area. So today the classes up to discussing about remote sensing. Thank you.